Hello, this is Wendy. I'm so excited to be here with you today for our week 3 of Stampin' Blend series. Today I'm going to show you a couple of fun techniques. So we're going to start out using some glossy cardstock and the Believe You Can stamp set. Now the cool thing about this stamp set is it's a special stamp set. It's actually only available for hosts, so you can't purchase it. You have to get it with Stampin' Rewards. So alcohol ink dries super fast. It does not, it's not like water-based where it stays wet to the touch. So basically you can color on non-porous surfaces, slick surfaces like this one, and you will get a very dry marker right after you're finished doing it, but you're left with this really cool glossy feature. So if you get some glossy cardstock, which Stampin' Up! Does sell, you can color on top of it using Stampin' Blend. So you could do lots of things. You could stamp with Stays On ink, and then, actually I'm not sure if you can. I would have to double check that, scratch that, because I don't know if you can use your blends with Stays On glossy paper. So that is something I'd have to look into. But at any rate, you could stamp on top of this. So if I wanted to stamp an image on top of this after I colored it, I could do that. And you can see here I'm just making a rainbow. I'm using Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, Mango Melody, So Saffron, and Granny Apple Green, and Bermuda Bay. And I'm just making a really pretty rainbow effect, and I'm done. And then you could cut this down with dies. You could layer on top of it. In fact, if you visit my YouTube, if you visit my website, loveandstampin.com, and there is a link in the description of the video, you will see pictures of the finished cards I created using these. I didn't do the finished cards here on the video because I really wanted to keep this video just showing you how to do the techniques. And it actually was a little bit longer process to complete the cards and make the cards. So I'm using a really fun image here that has lots of floral design in it. And I'm using my Memento Tuxedo black ink. In hindsight, I would have used Stays On ink because you actually don't color on the side with the ink. So I should have used Stays On. So if you're doing this technique, please, please, please use Stays On ink. It will dry quicker and it is more permanent. So now I have this image, and then I'm going to flip the vellum over and color in the images on the back. So this is a little bit of a tedious process here, coloring the images and staying in the lines, but it's really, really fun. And when you're finished, you turn it over and you've got this gorgeous kind of stained glass look. So it's just a couple of other fun things you could do with your Stampin' Blends that show you how versatile they are. You could not do these techniques with Stampin' Write markers or a water-based marker. You have to use an alcohol-based marker that dries quickly in order to do a technique like this and to get a really nice, even coating. Okay, let's address a couple of comments. I received a comment saying from my very first video showing the Stampin' Blends versus Stampin' Write markers that I didn't do the Stampin' Write markers justice because I colored too quickly with them, and that you can get a more even color using them. So here's what I'm going to say to that. I did not take time coloring slowly with them because, as you can see, I don't take time coloring slowly with the blends. I mean, I'm just kind of like quickly going in and coloring. And same with the blend that I did on the very first video. The point is that alcohol-based markers are a completely different tool than water-based markers. They do different things. Can you color with a water-based marker? Absolutely. Is it going to look like an alcohol-based marker? Absolutely not. So please don't be confused by my intentions. My intentions are not to dissuade anybody from using a Stampin' Write marker or a water-based marker because they're a completely different tool, people. They are not the same as a Stampin' Blends, or an alcohol-based marker. So I'm not saying don't use water-based markers for coloring because they have their place. In fact, I love using them with an aqua painter. but they are not the same type of tool as a alcohol marker, and you cannot do the same things, and you cannot achieve the same look with your coloring with them. So that is my point, or what I was trying to point out. Okay, so here's the stained glass effect. So you can see it's just this very soft look, and you can see where some of my ink smeared on the top, which is totally because I use Memento ink instead of Stays On. So whoops. And then I am just going to stamp the sentiment in the center. I think that I do that as well. Maybe I don't. I can't remember. Yes, I do. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that with the Stampin' Write markers versus the Stampin' Blends. It's not one is better than the other. It is, they are two completely different tools. So you're going to get different things out of them. It's like saying a colored pencil is the same thing as a marker. It's not. So it's just a different tool, and they both have their place, and I hope you enjoyed this video because we're done. So those are my two fun techniques I wanted to show you. If you want to see the other Stampin' Blends videos, you can click on the images you see here. If you want to subscribe to my channel, click on the circle with my face in it, and shop with me at shoploveandstampin.com. I am giving away a goodie this month when you place an order with me in the month of June. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.